And of course we are back here with another video. So guys, today we are doing a quick midweek connection of what has happened the past 2 days in the markets, and then what might happen in the next remaining days of the week of the 25th of July 2022. So today it is 27th of July 2022. I'm your host, Sbo Dlamini. So we are hosting a midweek connection. So guys, remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment on our YouTube channel. So also click that ring button there so you know when we upload another video. So remember that these videos are mainly for educational purposes, not trading or investment advice. So people are responsible lest they should not trade money they cannot afford to lose. So what's on the menu here today, guys? Of course we're going to look at the Bitcoin, then the XY and the next 100, and then we're going to look at the German 30, the SPX, and then take a recap and there on the trade we took there with Euro GBP. Look at Euro dollar, then cable, and then on the US on the South African side is USDZAR, and then we're going to look at all our banks here in South Africa. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. So guys, today it's Fed day. Today it's interest rates hike day there on the Fed. So the market is already pricing in that the Fed might increase interest rates with 25 basis points. In their previous meeting, they did raise interest rates with 75 basis points. So now, if they raise with the 25 basis points, it will be a full 1%. It will be a full 1% that the Fed has raised interest rates in 30 days. So that's pretty much a huge story. And of course, almost every meeting this year, the Fed has been raising interest rates. So people are actually preparing themselves that the Fed is actually on the right cycle, right? But now at the end of the day, people need to accept that the Fed is increasing interest rates. So markets need to swallow those things and then start to look for clues and which parts of the economy might starts to pick up, and then they might put some money there, invest money in those parts of the economy that they might see picking up. So the central banks around the world have been picking up the pace of rates increase. Now the big question is, when will it slow down? So when will it slow down? Are they going to slow down? If they do not slow down, how are investors going to tackle all these all these interest rates that are being raised almost all over the world? Because since the beginning of the year, we have been seeing many central banks increasing interest rates. So even us here in South Africa, Governor Kganyago did raise interest rates on his previous meeting that was last week. So most investors and economists see Fed rate hike causing a recession within 1 year. So perhaps markets might actually pick up, but the average citizens like me and you, we might actually go into a deeper recession than the 1929 recession, rather, because and the times that we are living in right now are far more different than the times that the Great Depression was. So that was back in the 1929 to 1920s. World War II was about to happen, and also the population on Earth. I think if it was roughly about 3.4 billion, but now we have like 6.5 billion people in the world. So the population has doubled since those 1929. So the recession this time might be actually deeper than the Great Recession, the Great Depression. So according to CNBC Fed survey, 60% of the Fed efforts bring down inflation to 2%. So the inflation rate is close to 9% in the United States. So bringing it down to 2%, it will take a lot of efforts. So they might put 55% chance in the next 2 months up to 20 points from May surveys. So uh, the Fed's hike is really actually a problem, causing confusion there in the market. So if we're looking at the chart side, because Bitcoin was supposed to be the savior against inflation, but actually now Bitcoin is actually not the girl everybody think she was, because instead of Bitcoin going higher, it keeps on getting beaten and beaten and beaten all over around. So did say on our previous video that the Bitcoin might actually try to stage a comeback because of the chart patterns that we were seeing, but now things are just looking in a very, very odd way, because there's this bear flag that is actually being built, that is right here. So a break below this bear flag, Bitcoin might actually fall to 10,000, because the height of the flag might be actually be the target. Bitcoin might actually fall to 10,000. So buying crypto at this moment, it's really not a good idea until maybe we hear some really good news around the crypto side, because there's a lot of things. Coinbase are closing their affiliates. Elon Musk and Tesla, they are selling their Bitcoin. So actually, I think something big is actually going to happen there in the crypto world. That's why some of these large institutions are doing are dumping their coins. So if we're looking at DXY, on our previous analysis, we said the dollar might lose some steam in the next coming days. I still see that happening, right? Because at the end of the day, the dollar has deteriorated markets. So investors, they always try to find a way around a problem. So the dollar has been a problem since the beginning of the year. So I still see the US dollar falling, and today might be the start of the fall of the US dollar. As much as the Fed might increase interest rates, but things might actually happen the opposite today. The dollar might not actually go higher. The dollar might actually drop today, because like investors are trying to find a way around this rate cycle, because it's been happening for the past 7 months, and now they need to find a solution where they can put in money, because they cannot wait for the Fed to finish their cycle, because inflation won't just go down overnight. So I see the US dollar actually maybe trying to drop to the 106.25 level. That is right here on this zone, and then that it might be in line with what you might actually see happen today on the next 100. As much as we have been seeing some really odd earnings that have been happening this week. Netflix posted very bad earnings the previous week, but the stock went higher. Amazon is reporting tomorrow, so we will hear what's going to happen with, and also Apple is reporting tomorrow. Those are the most anticipated earnings. So the structure here on the next 100, now the structure is almost clear, guys, and visible. That the next 100 wants to push higher. So on a previous video, we did say that the market might actually come back to this blue zone that is right here, and the next 100 is going to try to push higher. So the structure here is actually telling us that some bullish momentum is actually trying to get back into the markets there on the next 100. So the SPX, almost a similar story there. So the SPX, almost a similar story. The structure actually is trying to tell us that the bias is on the upside. So we might actually see maybe the S&P closing perhaps above the 4,000 level today alone. So SPX might close above that level, because like if the dollar falls, obviously stocks will try to move higher. And then if we're looking at in the German index, DEDD, so the German index will try to follow suit. Last week it was really much disappointing that it didn't pick up when its own Eurobank raised interest rates. But I see now that, look at the structure that is right here, né? So there's actually something that is being built right here, something like this. So there's something that is being built here. There's this W formation that is being built here. So you might actually see the German index actually trying to move higher to the 14,000 level, because there's this W formation that is being built right here, and also a huge double bottom that is being built right here. So you might actually see the German index moving to those levels. So if we move forward and look at euro dollar, the story of euro USD. So every time after we look at the German DAX, we always try to follow with what's happening with euro dollar. So euro dollar, in this case, it's pretty much what I can say in the story of euro dollar is that we have been, on our previous analysis, we said the euro dollar will break out outside of this level. Okay, sorry about that. Will break outside of this level that is right here. But what happened? Euro dollar actually went down. But I just see the markets doing something like this, maybe a V play like this, that the market is going to drop, right, and then goes higher, and then it comes back to this level that is right here, and then creates it's creating a zone that is right here. They might actually see euro dollar bouncing from this zone, coming back here. So it actually makes a little bit sense when we say it might happen like that, because I'm also seeing that. I'm also seeing something that is right here, that there is an FTR candle that is currently at play. There is currently at play at this zone. So this is the FTR candle that is right here. So the market might actually try to bounce off this FTR candle and then tries to move higher there on Euro USD. So I might be wrong, I might be right, by the technical analysis that I know, this is highly possible that it might happen. So in the story of cable GBPUSD, so for those that are going to come in the session on Friday, I'm going to talk about those FTR candles and things like that. So if you are in Johannesburg, do come tomorrow in Sentin, Catherine and West. So you might actually see us dropping some serious bombs. So cable as well, the daily chart is telling us the market is screaming that it wants to move higher. So these charts, they almost look similar, guys. If one chart is doing one thing, the other one has almost a similar pattern like the other one, but it's just a story of that they will not move together at the same time, but it is going to move, but not at the time that you want it to move, but eventually it is going to move. So if we go to our own USDZAR, So the story of USDZAR, we are seeing that the ZAR has recovered from the 17 rand 80 level, and now it's trading below the 17 psychological handle at 1688. I'm seeing USDZAR perhaps closing today at 1655, stronger than it is today. As I said, that the Fed might increase their interest rates, but on the dollar side, the dollar might not actually go higher. It might actually drop rather than it to go higher. So if you're looking at our South African banks, so number one is ABG, which is ABSA. So why are we looking at our own local banks? Because last week our own central bank, they raised interest rates, right? So if they're raising interest rates, banks usually tend to stage an upward momentum. So in the story of ABSA, on the weekly charts, we are seeing that ABSA is actually staging that there is this. Okay, let me remove that. There is this flag that is right here. So this is a nice bull flag that is right here. So we might actually see ABSA shooting higher from where it's trading today. It's 168 rands a share. 193 is on the cards, 215, and then as high as 248 or 250 there. So if we're looking at Standard Bank, SBK, so the story of Standard Bank, almost a similar pattern there as Unakunjani or ABSA. If we move this right here to be a support zone and remove this here and then move the target thing right here, and then we are seeing that there's also here a bull flag there on SBK. So SBK now yet might be actually staging a strong move to the upside. So FSR, FSB, which FNB, which is First Rand Limited, FSR. So FNB, I think we did an analysis on the previous video. That's yes, FNB, if it breaks here, 71 rand is on the cards, 78, and as high as 86 bucks there a share. So that is in dollar value. So we need to look at NEDBANK. So almost all our banks are having a similar pattern. So NEDBANK right here, it is trading above this level. It was important at the 200 rand psychological level. So now here support, so here resistance has flipped into support. So this 200 level has been tested more than 2 times. You might see NEDBANK going to what, 223, 258, and as high as 300 bucks their share, or 292. So we need to look at CAPITEC, and then we're going to close off with INVESTEC. So CAPITEC is the only banking share that is actually expensive here in South Africa. You see there, it's 2,000 rand a share. So this one is very expensive, but investors tend to like it, but it's very expensive. So CAPITEC now, yeah, the 2,000 level is very critical. It was a period before the market broke it and then retest. Now it's retesting it again. You might see 2,777 share there on CAPITEC. So usually South African companies, they do not do things that are called stock splits or yeah, they hardly do those things. So when a share is expensive, they split their stock. They hardly do things like this. Rather beside doing that, they actually try to unbundle the business, maybe form another entity separate from the main company. So we don't know what's going to happen with the story of CAPITEC, but CAPITEC is still in their building phase. So because if they introduce things like asset management, CAPITEC is still going to grow, because they still have a huge client base there. It's a huge client base. So if they introduce some other things like asset management and proper vehicle finance that caters for everybody, not just for the people that buy cars, we buy cars, but that caters for almost everyone, because they also partnered with EQUITIES, so they can also make money from the people that are joining EQUITIES there. So INL, guys, INL INVESTEC, the last one. INVESTEC is a global bank. This one, I like it as an asset management rather than a bank. I like it as an asset manager rather than a bank. So it's a South African bank, but it moved to the UK and then it came back to list here in South Africa. So INVESTEC is trading at 86 bucks a share. So we might see 100 rand a share, 110, even as high as 120 bucks there a share. So guys, this is pretty much about it for today. So remember to like, share, subscribe on our channel, and also Gale Stocks is 550. The Gentleman's Club, it is of course 550. Remember that these videos, guys, are mainly for educational purposes, not trading or investment advice. So guys, this about it on the midweek connection. I'll definitely see you on Friday, those that are coming on our session on Friday, and then I'll see you guys on the Sundays video. So goodbye and thank you.